Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to yet another Shiz Network production where I will present you with yet a new list video where I talk about my top 5 favorite current gen fighting games. We're not going to waste any time, we're just going to jump right onto the list. So let's rock and roll. Number 5, Mortal Kombat 11. I'll be honest, while I enjoyed Mortal Kombat X more for its roster and gameplay, Mortal Kombat 11 continues to prove why it's on par with X. First off, the graphics are great, something you should expect from a Mortal Kombat game. The violence is astounding, as usual, but the fatal blow moves are quite something. Since Mortal Kombat 9, X-ray moves were presented as a way of making the game appear more brutal and violent. We see their bones crack in many ways I didn't think were possible. Here, we don't see the bones crack during fatal blows, but that only adds to the cringe level of violence that appears before us. While I prefer the soundtrack of Mortal Kombat X, Mortal Kombat 11's soundtrack leaves nothing to be desired. It's still very rocky and hard, just like its predecessor. I also think this game is very beginner friendly. There are tutorials to help guide you through the basic and advanced fundamentals as well as character lessons. They teach you the most essential and recommended moves to use for each character. The only thing it doesn't teach you is bread and butter combos for each separate character. It's kind of lame, but they made up for it with its in-depth tutorials. The DLC content is brilliant. It just seems like Mortal Kombat 11 gets better when the new DLC arrives. As of this recording, they released new characters, including the return of a fan-favorite character, Melina. Why she wasn't in the game to begin with is beyond me, but better late than never. If I were to say the gameplay is great, I'd be repeating what everyone else said. All I can say is everything you heard about it is true. It's a very solid fighting game with a great roster, beginner-friendly tutorials, brutal fatalities, and excellent visuals. Number 4, the King of Fighters XIV. I don't think I'm gonna hurt anyone's feelings when I say that some of SNK's games look outdated based on the time period of said game. I mean, Guru Mark of the Wolves is a great fighting game despite running on outdated hardware. SVC Chaos looked like a game from '95, and although I like King of Fighters XIII's art style, people still say that the sprites are outdated, stating that it looks like a fighting game from the mid-2000s. Enter King of Fighters XIV, the first mainline King of Fighters game to use 3D models instead of 2D sprites. Sounds like a step in the right direction, however, it has been criticized for its subpar 3D graphics, with fans saying that it looks like a PS2 game. Let me divert your attention real fast to Fighting EX Layer. This is a fighting game made by a small company that used to work with Capcom in the late 90s, best known for the Street Fighter EX series. Look at the graphics and art style. It is beautiful. I'll even go as far to say it looks better than Street Fighter V, but I digress. Anyway, with the bad out of the way, let me say this. I don't think King of Fighters XIV looks ugly because if you love PS2 games, this won't be a problem. It carries the same core gameplay elements from King of Fighters XIII, but adds some neat features to make it accessible to beginners. Pressing a certain button repeatedly, i.e. 1 or square, will make you do an auto combo, which is pretty cool and adds to the game's enjoyability. The roster is pretty good, and it even includes the return of some characters that haven't been seen in years, such as Rock Howard, who hasn't been seen since King of Fighters 11. The netcode is also very good. Some games have a rather inadequate netcode, such as Soul Calibur 6 and Dead or Alive 6. This game, on the other hand, gets shit right. While King of Fighters 13 is my personal favorite, 14 is damn close to joining the awesomeness that 13 was. This game makes me excited for King of Fighters 15, which was supposed to be released this year. SNK, please! Number 3, Ultra Street Fighter 4. Okay, so even though this game came out on previous gen systems, it was re-released on PS4, so it counts for this list. And let's be honest, I think all of us love Street Fighter 4 more than Street Fighter 5. Why is that? Well, the art style is arguably better than 5, gameplay wise it's better, and a lot of the characters play better than Street Fighter 5. Of course, it's my honest opinion, so don't take me seriously. Street Fighter 4 took everything I loved about Street Fighter 2 and amped it up to an 11. It's also the first Street Fighter game of the main series to use 3D models. Keep in mind I said main series. Street Fighter ES was a spin-off, but still technically the first 3D Street Fighter game. It's also the first Street Fighter game to be released to the PC, and Capcom has been releasing the series on PC ever since. Some even cite how the story of 4 is better than 5, including the roster. It has mainstay/classic characters from Street Fighter 2 and Street Fighter 3, including characters from Final Fight and the Street Fighter Alpha series, including Cody, Sakura, Hugo, and Poison. The combo system deserves a mention. The game introduces a new system known as Ultra Combo Double, which allows you to have 2 combo assists, i.e. Type 1 and 2, at the same time. Way better than V-Trigger, honestly. It's widely regarded as one of the all-time greatest fighting games and still has a fan base that's dedicated to it versus Street Fighter V. Please, check it out at some point. Number 2. Dragon Ball FighterZ. Dragon Ball is the shit. Upon hearing that Arc System Works, the creators of Guilty Gear and BlazBlue, were working on a Dragon Ball tournament fighter, I was skeptical. Dragon Ball Z Budokai Tenkaichi 3 will forever be my favorite Dragon Ball game. Love the high count character roster, fan service, and gameplay. However, Dragon Ball FighterZ had me hooked from playing the beta. At the time of release, I wasn't into 2D fighters that much as I was into 3D fighters, but upon playing fighters for the first time, I got hooked. This was the game that got me into 2D fighters. First of all, this game has an incredible art style that resembles the anime it's adapted from. In fact, out of all the games on this list, FighterZ has the best art style. Easily the best looking fighting game of the bunch. The game is also very beginner friendly. It features combo assists where you can literally mash buttons 1, 2, and 4, i.e. X, Y, and B. X is the light combo assist, Y is the medium combo assist, and B is the heavy combo assist. Beyond that, getting the fundamentals down pat can be quite a challenge. It features combo training exercises where they teach you bread and butter combos for each respective character. It's a very helpful tool that I recommend. Oh yeah, and the music? Oh my god. If you love Guilty Gear's music, you'll love Dragon Ball FighterZ soundtrack. It's just as good. So yeah, Dragon Ball FighterZ is my second favorite Dragon Ball game and one of my favorite fighting games of all time. It's credited by fans and critics who cite it as the best Dragon Ball game ever made and one of the best fighting games of the current generation. Now, what would be the best current gen fighting game? Number 1. Tekken 7. Throughout my life, I grew up playing Tekken since the PS1 era. When Tekken 7 was announced, I was hyped and had high expectations. When it finally came out, it did not disappoint. The only thing that upset me at first was that initially the roster wasn't that good, but it got better as season passes came out. Gameplay wise, it's beyond superb. It took everything from Tekken 6 and Tekken Tag Tournament 2 and made it better. They were trying to make this game as combo friendly as possible, and they succeeded. Much like some of the games on this list, it's very beginner friendly. I won't repetitively say why that is, as the same rules to Dragon Ball FighterZ applies here too. The only difference is that you have the option to turn on combo assist if you're new to the game. Tekken is also known for its amazing soundtrack, and Tekken 7 is no exception. Graphically, it's a massive improvement from Tekken Tag 2, and it's also the first Tekken game of the series to have an official PC port, which is often credited by fans and critics to be the definitive version of Tekken 7, in large part due to its excellent netcode. We have really come a long way since emulating Tekken on PC, haven't we? Honestly, I have so many things to say about Tekken 7 that I may need to make an SOG reviews episode on this one. All I can say for now is that it's the best fighting game out there right now and one of the best Tekken games of the series. Tekken 3 is still the best, but Tekken 7 leaves nothing to be desired. That is everything I gotta say. Sorry if this video was really short, but you gotta keep in mind that I'm only basing it on how great the games are, and none of the entries on this list are straight up reviews, as I will have to make them into separate videos, but I still hope everyone enjoyed this video. If you guys did, make sure you guys hit that subscribe button and that notification bell so that way you guys will be notified for when I upload new videos, and I'll see you guys again down the road. This is your friendly neighborhood reptile signing off.